Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am wearing a tank top for those of you that think that I look naked. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something that's really fun for me, and that is we're going to be doing my everyday makeup routine. I don't know if you guys have been following along with like my vlogs, but if you're new here, go back and watch some vlogs. I have been talking about this new makeup that I got. It's not really new, but it's new to me. Like, I kind of upgraded some of the things that I've been using just to kind of have more like simple everyday routine. My favorite foundation ever is the Dior Backstage foundation, and it is a little heavy sometimes. It's also not very glowy, it's very like matte. So what I'm gonna be doing today is just walk you guys through like my everyday routine, the things I've been loving. I did self-tan, I don't know if you can see like a little bit. So this is gonna look a little bit darker on camera, but it's gonna match the neck. So that's kind of like what, you know, we're going for. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys the products I've been using. Again, I'm not a makeup artist. Like, I don't claim to know anything or like, you know, anything like that. So this is really just fun. I've had a couple people ask me what products I've been using lately, especially on like Instagram. Every time I post a story, somebody's like, I need to know the makeup you use. So I just figured that I would do this, and it's really fun. It's a little bit of a change since we have been doing a lot of vlogs. So here we are, welcome to my everyday makeup routine. To start off, obviously, I didn't show this, but I start every single time I do my makeup with a fresh face. So like, I do my cleanser and I do my skincare, not like normal skincare. I don't do like a whole routine as far as like every serum that I have and things like that, but I do use the toner and the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Serum. That one's really good for makeup. I also put like a little bit of eye cream so that I don't have like any pores around my eyes. And then the Laneige sleeping mask, like lip sleeping mask. So that's kind of what I use. Obviously moisturizer as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. I'm gonna start with just my hair behind my ears, and then I always use these little clips to kind of show this part of my forehead, just to, you know, make sure that we get it all. And that really opens up my whole face. So first step, I always go in with a primer. I use the Rare Beauty primer. This one's super good for glowy makeup. I also use it as like, sometimes like if I don't have makeup on at all, I'll put it on because you'll see like, you'll see that it's kind of like sparkly and sheer. And it just makes you look like you have glowy skin. Okay, now that the primer is on, the next step that I do is I just kind of like let that dry. That's kind of important as well. Make sure your skincare dries, make sure your primer dries down. But I kind of do what I would say is kind of like a trust the process moment. I do my cream products underneath like my foundation. So I'm gonna go in with the Milk Cream Bronzer. I am the shade Baked, which I think is the lighter one. So that's just what I'm gonna be using. And I put it right here. I've been doing my contour like kind of high. So right there. And then I always take it down like from my eyebrow, like my brow bone, down to my nose like that. And then I always put it on my forehead, just like this. And the first step is using a brush. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And I just kind of blend this out and up. I always love doing my makeup and like trying different things. So, I mean, if you guys know me from like college and even just like a couple years ago, I would always get like new products and try them out. I don't know why I've always been like super obsessed with makeup and skincare. Probably because I watched YouTube when, you know, obviously everybody started doing like the vlogging stuff. It's taken me a long time to hop on board, but yeah, like makeup and skincare videos and vlogs, like everything in like 2016 was like the best. I always watch My Life as Ava, Meredith, Sierra Furtado. I used to love, as far as makeup, like Tati. I still watch Tati. I still watch Nicole Concilio. I love her. This is the thinner brush that I use to blend out the contour. This is the 034 by Real Techniques. I don't know what that really is, but it's just a random brush that I have because it kind of gets more of that shape that I'm going for on my nose. Okay, like I said, trust the process, everybody. The next step, I'm actually gonna go in and use the Rare Beauty blush. So this one is in the shade Happy. The Rare Beauty blushes are so good. These are so pigmented. The first time I used this, I was in the car with my friend Allie. You guys have seen her a couple vlogs. We literally were so excited to buy it. Like, it was our big purchase of the day. Like, we were so hyped. we get in the car and we're like, oh, like let's put it on because like cream blush, like you can use that, you know, with anything. No makeup, like whatever you want to do, on top, under. So we're literally just like in the car putting it on, and we put it on with our fingers. We put on so much. It was everywhere. We looked so crazy. But it became like one of our favorite products, and we always use it. I like a lot of blush. I don't know if you guys can tell. This isn't obviously going to be this pigmented once everything else is on, but you'll see. So anyway, this is the blush. I usually just do it like high across my like nose, almost like a sun-kissed look. And this is why I always say trust the process. My friend Tamana, she is literally, she's gonna crack up when she sees this. Every single time we do our makeup in the same room, she's like, I know you're good at your makeup, but like when I look at you, I'm like, what are you doing? And then at the end, like it comes together. So that's kind of what you have to think about as far as this is concerned. The next thing we're gonna do is go in with concealer. I have two that I bounce back and forth with. I use the Kosas concealer or the Hourglass concealer. Right now I have sample sizes of the Hourglass, but same thing. I like a really light concealer, so this one is in the shade 0.5N, that's the Kosas one, and then the Vanish Airbrush concealer is in the shade Birch. I'm gonna use the Hourglass one today. Okay, so what I do with this is I put it under my eyes. I kind of do put a lot, like I know that some people don't put as much anymore, but I kind of put a lot because it helps kind of like carve the face for what is going to come through the foundation. Okay, so concealer is on. I'm just going to blend it out. I blend this out with a beauty blender, and then I'm going to take this Kosas concealer. This is just like a little bit. I'm going to dot a little bit right here and down the bridge of my nose. Sometimes I do this depending on how heavy like my hand was with the blush and bronzer. Okay, next, this is the most important step. This is gonna be the foundation. So sometimes I use a thicker foundation, sometimes I don't. Right now, when we're doing like a glowy makeup and like my everyday, like what I've been doing, we're using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter Foundation. I have two different shades here, so I usually go in with 3 fair and 4.5 medium. I do like the shade 4 in the big one. These are just the sample sizes because I was trying out like what shade is mine and stuff. So when I was like shade matching, I liked the 4, and then I got both of these in the small ones, but I actually like this better. I'm gonna continue doing this because it's really cool. It kind of like creates like almost a contour in your face. So I use the lighter one, the 3, for like all the high points of my face. So I'll go, you know, right here in the middle of the forehead. I also kind of go right between the concealer and like the blush bronzer, and then right on like my chin. And then with the 4.5, I go in like darker tanner points of my face, so like kind of like jawline. I also kind of hit like the high point of my forehead and like over the contour area. And that's it. Then I just blend. I blend everything with a beauty blender, starting with my forehead. If you guys have never used the Flawless Filter, but you don't like a lot of coverage, I would say use it. I know some people like it as like a, you know, just a primer, like something like that. I like it as a full like foundation because sometimes you just don't want a lot. I try not to go over my contour or my concealer too much. As you can already see, like that color that was like under, it's just peeking through now. Like it's not so bright and like blushy or anything like that. So this is kind of like my good base. Now we unfortunately did lose some of the contour and things like that, so I always kind of set it with like other products. The first thing that I'm going to do is my bronzer. These are my favorite bronzers. I like to use the Kylie Cosmetics 2 shades. So Toasty is like my regular shade when I'm like, you know, pale. I don't know, all times, all year round, Toasty is the best. When I'm either tanning, self-tanning, or in the summer, I always like to use Almond as well. So this is Toasty, it's just like a regular color. Almond is like a little bit more, this one's Toasty. Almond is a little bit more of like a deep, almost like orangey or like warm. So I'm actually gonna be dipping into a combo of these. So I'm gonna do like a lot of Toasty and then just kind of like pat it into Almond as well. And then I'm just gonna go right over the contour. And again, keep it high. I have like, do you see this dot? I don't know what that is. Keep it high. And I also get my forehead, anywhere that I put the cream bronzer. I also lightly do my jawline. So I'll start like here in my ears and just like take it down my neck. The last place I put it is I take this like smaller brush, and this one like I won't go in with the deep contour, obviously. I'll like only use Toasty, and I'll like go down the bridge of my nose, so like the same place that I put the contour. Now this is gonna be cleaned up with like powder, so it's okay if you have like some harsh lines. I would say like don't use a heavy hand, but like you can see like that's a harsh line and that's a harsh line. Like it will be better in a minute, but you'll see. The only other thing I'm gonna do before I go in with my translucent powder is that I take like a regular blending brush like this, and I go into that lighter shade Toasty, and then I kind of use this as like some eyeshadow. This, I always have like a really light hand. I don't want it to actually be colorful. I just want to create like some dimension. Just like that. Next, I'm using my translucent powder. I do love the Laura Mercier, that is a good one. I also really like the Kylie one. I know people sometimes like knock on her cosmetics, but I love Kylie Cosmetics, and I really love the translucent setting powder. That one is the absolute best. To this day, I really think it's the best one that I've used as far as coverage. It doesn't like crease. That's just my experience. So I really like that one as well. This is the one size. I apologize, I just got a work call. Okay. I apologize, I just had a work call, but I just usually put my powder, you know, under my eyes right here. You guys didn't see that. I put a little bit right under here to make like the contour like really snatched. And then this is like kind of how I create the shape of my nose, I guess. And then I do that with a beauty blender, and then I'm gonna wipe it away with this brush. So I'm sorry they just missed a little piece there. And then I just kind of pat the excess. Next thing, one of the final steps is I go in with a clear brow and lash or brow gel. This is the clear brow and lash mascara from e.l.f. One section is for lashes and one is for brows. I actually use one for like when I have makeup on and one when I don't. So as you can see in here, this product is like clear, where this one's more like makeup-y. So I didn't want both of them to be like makeup-y. So I just will go in and brush them up. Almost like they're laminated. This makes like the world of difference. If you guys don't use a clear like brow gel or anything, like just to brush them up, it like completely shifts your face, which is amazing. Next, I go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist Spray. This game-changing thing, this goes under your highlight. While it dries, I am gonna do my mascara. I have like a little trio that I use. I first go in with the Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black. This one's like such an old one, but a good one. So I'm gonna put this on my top and bottom lashes. Then on just the top, I'm going in with the Maybelline Sky High mascara. And this one I'm super generous with. And as you can see, that like really made them long. Now we're gonna work on volume. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Again, sample size that I have at this current moment, but this is it. And again, this one goes just on the top. Okay, so this is like almost the finished look. The last thing that I do is I go in with the rarebeauty. This is like a liquid highlight. This is in the shade Enlighten. This is the best thing I've ever used. If you have never used this product and you are a highlight fan, you'll like this. Again, this is super pigmented, so you don't need a lot. I usually dab off like a little bit of the product in here. I'll start with like the high parts of my cheek. I kind of put this in some weird places, but I love it. I put it like on my temples, right here, like above the brow bone. I also put it under the brow bone, and then on the tip of my nose, and like right here. I will go in with this kind of like fluffy brush first. This is by Real Technique, and it's called the setting brush. So my assumption is this is probably for setting powder, but that is not what I use this for. And I will just kind of blend that out, blend it under the brow bone, over the brow bone. If you've never highlighted your temples, I also just want to take this time to remind you that I'm not a makeup artist, and that's why I'm probably highlighting my temples, but you know, whatever. I feel like highlight kind of like fell off of like the makeup realm. Maybe it's back now that like glowy makeup's a thing, but I like love highlight so much. So, and I definitely, when I'm doing like my nose highlight, I definitely concentrate it like right on the middle. Sometimes with the tip of my nose, like you'll see it's like more fine. I use my finger to blend it out. And this is typically it. Let's go into some better lighting where you can see, but this is it in like the indoor lighting. And this is the makeup by the window. I love it. Again, this is like just how I like my makeup. Really like glowy, dewy. You can see that like the whole part right here where, you know, the like contour and blush was like really pigmented is like not that bad anymore. And actually we're missing the most important part of this entire thing, which is a gloss. Lip gloss is a must in everybody's makeup routine, but especially mine. One of the best glosses on the market is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm, and this is in the shade Fussy. There's a guy outside, he's probably looking at me. And this is my everyday makeup routine. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you want to see more videos like this or anything else regarding like my makeup, hair, skincare, anything like that, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now. Follow me on Instagram, K28 on there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.